locked up my back wheel for that.
And eventually, inevitably, Charlie Manson. Once upon a time in Hollywood was a vivid flash.
The downhill race series I take part in holds its races throughout the Pacific Northwest, thus the name NWcup, in locations such as Stevens Pass, my home mountain, Port Angeles, Mount Hood, and Kellogg, Idaho, which was the venue of this past race. So last year, Silver Mountain was my favorite race venue by far because it has a giant variety of trails, from the easiest and flowiest of greens to the techiest and biggest jump trails in blacks and double blacks, such as Frankenbeans, Snake Pit, Hot Mess, and Old School. But this year, that changed. We left Thursday afternoon and got there at about 10 o'clock that night. Pretty tired, we just set up camp and went to bed. The next morning, we started practicing. We got a pretty late start Friday morning, and as usual at first, I didn't feel very good on the course. It was already a pretty sketchy course. It was my first time racing Frankenbean, and to add on to it, it was super blown out. It was probably the most blown out Silver Mountain has ever been this year. It's just been super rough. And so it was super dusty, super rutted out, and it was just a sketchy course altogether.
Oh yeah.
The course started off with a off-camera traverse over the hillside, some drops, a tabletop, some flowy features, and just an overall relatively easy start. But where it started to get harder was down near the bottom. There is Baby Swiss about halfway down, which is a big drop to a really fun step up. Now every time everybody would hit the drop at race pace, we would bottom out, so seat buzz every single time. And after that was probably one of the more difficult parts of the course. There was a very rutted out and technical section with one line that worked all right, but it was hard to get to and hard to stay in without sliding out. And just the entire course was super slick and rutted out, blown out, completely dusty, so that just made it 100 times harder. Saturday I got a little bit of an earlier start. I knew it was going to get super busy since that's when everybody else would show up, and so I just wanted to get like 3 or 4 laps in and call it a day. Now, when I got up there, my front tire was flat. The gondola ride's like 30 minutes long, and so I figured I'd be all right because then I would only have to like pump it up every 30 minutes. And so I took a lap and it flatted. And I took another lap after pumping it up, flatted again. I went down, we figured it out. Turns out the Cush core absorbs some of the sealant when you put in sealant. And so we just put in some more sealant and it held for the rest of the day.
Beating patterns with a broken sound. You're the only one that can calm me down. My head spins in circles, so I'm dizzy now. All of this time I should have figured it out.
Sunday, the pressure started building. We went up and took a warm-up lap on flow trails before we started practicing the course again. And the first lap I took on the course, I crashed twice.
My heart beats in patterns with a broken sound. You're the only one that can calm me down.
Oh yeah.
Get what you came for, what you stayed for. I only know how to satisfy your cravings. This is what you.
My race run went relatively smoothly as well. Again, no major mistakes. And when I got down off the mountain, I was in second place, 0.2 seconds behind first.
Category 1.
It won't lie. My heart beats in patterns with a broken sound. You're the only one that can calm me down. My heart beats in patterns with a broken sound.
fresh off a podium finish, and he does it again, just .21.
I got 4th place. A local kid and a kid from Junior X blew just all of us away. And so I ended up about a second behind 1st. So that pretty much rounds out the weekend. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this, race vlogs and stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. No way. That was awesome.